Welcome to another edition of the Nightly Nuge. And you know what, Ted, listening to you last night talk about the fox and the hen house up in Canada with Justin Trudeau and just all the treachery that's going on up there. Ted, it's happening here in America. Right now, there is a police station in New York City.
I know.
That is run by the Chinese Communist Party. And you know what, Ted? I just read that it's one of 30 such police stations that they're planning to open up worldwide. What's going on in New York City, and how in the world can our government allow the Chinese government to have any law enforcement powers in America? Tell our listeners what's going on in New York and what's your take on that.
Well, once again, Keith, I'm highly qualified to respond to such observations because I have powerful campfires every weekend here at our forest in Michigan. We started sunrise safaris years ago, and every weekend I have great families from New York and New Jersey and California and Washington and Oregon and Illinois. And here in Michigan, I'm naming all the states that are run by power-abusing, constitutional oath-violating monsters: Maryland, Massachusetts, Connecticut. And these families, we get around the campfire, and it's so positive that there's a lot of laughter. We're celebrating some good pig kills and some good rams and some good deer and just a wonderful, positive spirit campfire. But inevitably, our instinct to fight against evil and to maximize the good over bad, my friends from New York speak up, and they are shattered. We continue to be in disbelief, though we know we have to believe it, but we express painful disbelief that governors and senators and mayors and congressmen and chiefs of police literally are on the side of recidivistic, violent criminals. And then, horror of horror, they allow the communist Chinese, the enemies of not just America, but the communist Chinese, the enemies of mankind, the definition of evil, having police stations in New York. Now, in the land of a Cuomo and this current mayor who wasn't even elected, she took the place of Cuomo because Cuomo was such a corrupt criminal himself. It's not surprising, but what we must do is raise more hell. And believe me, the people at my Sunrise Safaris, if you want to find out about it, go to tednugent.com. We have a Sunrise Safari campfire every weekend, all fall long, and it will really fortify your spirit, your confidence, your energy, your attitude. And these friends of mine from these Democrat-destroyed states and cities, even though the Democrats have only destroyed smudges where their policies have ruined lives, California is mostly red. Illinois is mostly red. Michigan is mostly red. New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. These are conservative bastions of God, family, country, law, and order. But I'm afraid worse than communism, Keith, worse than communist police stations on the U.S. soil, worse than any of that is apathy. Oh. People who squawk and complain but don't fight back. And the way you fight back is by raising hell with your senator, your congressman, your mayor, your chief of police, your state trooper commander, your sheriff, your assemblyman, your state rep. You need to communicate with them and tell them what you believe, and don't be intimidated. We, the people, are supposed to be the source of intimidation for our employees who are stepping out of line. And in all those Democrat hellholes, our employees are stepping out of line. And what more horrific thing can you do to America than have communist Chinese police forces on U.S. soil? My friends in New York, raise hell. Don't swear and don't use curse and don't threaten, but be sure that you are extremely emphatic. You want those communist police forces the hell out of America. Tell them that. And then call back 2 days later and ask them how they're doing. And call everybody who works for you in government and repeat it so often that we put the fear of God in our elected employees, because they're not elected officials. We're the electing officials. They're our elected employees. Let's act like it.
Hey, Ted, tomorrow I want to talk about another celebrity that's in trouble again. Kanye West. I want to get your take on what's going on in the entertainment world on tomorrow night's Friday free-for-all right here on the Nightly News, where there's absolutely no fake news.